Swoogity, swoogity, bobbity, boobity, bobbity, boobity. Paint me like one of your French girls. Oh, my name is Fox 9 Again, I'm Ed Fox. And welcome to the episodes of Starwars, the Force of the Evil is another mystery. And Marco Jr. La 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 la. These are the latest two episodes of Starwars, the Force of the Evil. And, one of them sucked. One of them was kind of cool. And yeah, that's, I think, the best I can say. Because one of them, the first one, I understand a lot of it. Basically, Marco finds a letter, gives it to Star. It's addressed to Star after Marco's trying to find Buff Frog. Or he goes because Glossric runs into the Buff Frog's room, and then there's like a little letter there, and Marco's like, "Huh, what is this? Oh no!" Goes to Star, who's with Tom. Tom's like, Star says that she has a lot on her mind and doesn't know what to do. Tom says, "Well, you can tell me I'm your boyfriend. That's kind of what I'm supposed to do, right?" Marco says, "Here's this. Buff Frog said he's leaving or whatever." He said, "What? Why?" And Star's like, "Okay, I gotta go do this." And she leaves to get ready. Tom basically says, "Marco, can you stay here so I can eat with my girlfriend and help her out? Because she needs to help me. I need to help her and stuff like that. And, spend time with her." And Marco's like, "I'm her squire, dude. I kind of got to do that." And he's like, Tom's like, "Please." And so Marco throws Glossric down the stairs and goes, "Oh no, Glossric is escaping. I have to go get him. Tom must go with you, Star." And basically then they both go together. Turns out all the monsters are leaving. And they eventually find Buff Frog. Buff Frog says that they thought they were making progress, but no, Buff Frog was still being treated like a quote-unquote monster badly, even in the castle, and so all the monsters are now leaving the dimension of Muni to go somewhere else. Couple problems with this. One, telling and not showing. Show us the people afraid of Buff Frog. In the last couple episodes where Star was running around the castle, maybe Buff Frog wants to tell her something. He's like, no, not now. Or maybe Muni looks and Buff Frog says hi, and the Muni's like, scared and runs away. It makes no goddamn sense. And on the flip note of that, why didn't the monsters leave centuries, if not generations, if not centuries earlier? Why now? Why now? Why now? Why now are they saying, "Oh yeah, we're leaving"? There's some easy ways to say this, unless it is right where I'm thinking that Heinous is building and basically saying all monsters can come live here or whatnot. Maybe they're gonna live in the school where wayward princesses or something like that. I don't know, but yeah, it's just you can give a reason, you know that, right? You can give a reason for why they're leaving, but no. And throughout it, fudge my brain. Throughout it, Tom is saying when Marco, I did this awesome, right? Star's like, "Yeah, you did it awesome, better than Marco." He's laying it on thick that he is threatened by Marco, basically. Fudge, what do I have? A freaking migraine? What the fudge is this pain? But, dies on camera. Yeah, so he's immediately show that, oh yeah, he's afraid of Marco or whatnot. So, okay, great. That's great. But also, at least they do bring up some point where basically Tom says that, "Yeah, I am a monster. I'm half monster." And I'm just thinking, okay, how is this going to play out now? Because, now, one, Tom also has a tail, but he says that he's half monster, but, and they even say, "What, but you're rich." And he's like, "Well, yeah, I am rich." And I'm like, okay, yeah, a lot of racism can be turned over with the color of green, but they don't see black or white. They only see green. But yeah, so basically say, oh, he's a monster. I'm like, half of the goddamn other royal families are monsters. What the fuck? There is no difference, and it just kind of muddies the water a bit. Like, so I guess it's really just poor versus rich. It's not really a race thing, I guess. And also, if I'm assuming the guy who married Tom's mom is Moomin and married a demon like Eclipse, so why wasn't she thrown out? It has to be something about like some kind of freaking what is it called? Prophecy. It has to be a prophecy or something. I don't know. But Tom is jealous. They're laying that really thick, especially towards the end where like Buff Frog says, I can't stay here, but maybe under your ruling star, when you are queen, then I will come back. Apparently he's Ugandan. I will come back then, because I am great Russian frog spy. And they have a tender moment, hug, and then like Tom's like, oh, they're there. Hug Star is like, am I doing better than Marco? End of episode. It's like, oh, good. This is like a terrible episode. Because again, it muddies the water. Like, okay, why didn't the monsters after the Moomins first take the land and be like, and lived in the, like, you know, bogs and horrible places, just be like, you know what? F this place. There are infinite amount of dimensions. Throughout an infinite multiverse. Why the fudge are we going to stay here? Let's go somewhere else that's better. And just go. Because apparently they have that option. I don't know. The second episode, I think it was They're Expecting or something. I forget remember. I said at the beginning of this episode, technically. But, Marco and Star head to the house. And then it turns out that there's a baby shower going on. Like, whose baby is it? And it turns out it's Marco's mom, that Marco's gonna have a kid, which I kind of love the passive aggressiveness in like Marco's parents and like some bits like she did the scary mother voice or scary thing way better than Moon did in the past 2 episodes, I think, because what is it? Marco basically, I guess, doesn't want to crush the baby when she finds out his mom's pregnant, so he gives like a side hug. He didn't know it was a baby shower either, and he gives her a side hug like, oh yeah, and she goes, I squeezed for like 38 hours you out of my body. You better give me a goddamn hug. And I'm like, oh God, she just pulled childbirth on you. And she actually gives her a hug. Apparently they're gonna name their new kid Marco Jr. after the brother, which is not how juniors work, and Marco says that, but you're like, whatever. And Star goes, oh, wow, the baby's kicking. I could get him in a Garrison in Muni. And the dad goes, and it feels like passive aggressiveness. Like he goes, oh, no. Stealing one child is enough. And I'm like, dang, you didn't have to put it like that. Yeesh. Like, you could tell that, like, his parents are mad at Star for taking Marco away, I think. And, like, that is kind of cool to see that there is a little bit more character depth there. But again, it does feel kind of like, oh wow, you're kind of making them kind of like, you know, like angry kind of characters, but Moon really should still be that goddamn character. But, you know, whatever. They gotta make Moon nice because you know, they have to make characters like her, I guess. I don't But, I went on a whole rant about that one time before. Just looked at my Starwars episodes. You can find it somewhere. But, I think it's like when I talk about, like, how they effed up on season 1 with, like, Hannes and stuff. But, Hannes is a school. But, yeah. Let's see. Stealing one son is enough. But basically, Star and Marco don't have a gift for the baby. So they say, okay, let's go to Quest Buy and get a gift. Marco and Star leave. They go get a painting because they want to get a painting of Marco. That way, while he's over there in Muni, because apparently he's just going to live there forever now. While he's over there in Muni, he's going to have he wants to get a portrait painted of him for the baby to be like, this is your brother. And the portrait looks super realistic. But Marco has to take a personality test, and he takes it wrong, and he gets like an evil, like, effed up looking painting face, And it's like, and it not only does that painting do that, the painting also makes you how the painting looks. So it makes you into like a stiff cardboard painting or whatever. It basically then leads to where the parents, I guess they're really passive aggressive, I guess, towards Marco living in Muni and stuff like that. But they basically have to take the personality test for Marco because, you know, Marco is a painting and can't move. And the parents start trying to write out like, does he like a bicycle, a tricycle, or a dragon motorcycle? And they're about to write tricycle. And basically, whatever the test goes out, the test will then depend on what the painting looks like. And then in turn, will make the person who took it or who the test is supposed to be about into that. So basically, if they mark wrong answers, they're going to turn Marco into something completely different. And basically, Star has to go, oh, no, you shouldn't do that. And the mom's like, no, I know my son. He's like, no, you don't. And basically, Marco says, through his grade, yeah, I like the dragon. And the mom's like, oh, I don't know my own son. And I think there is, I should rewatch the episode again, maybe there is some more to it, but like, I guess trying to know like what your kids need, I guess, or something. I don't freaking know that. Parents don't know their kids. I meant to rewatch the episode. But yeah, so Star basically does it, and there is a cool thing in there, the Dragon Cycle bit, and then there's another one where like, how old are you? And it goes 15 to 16, or 16 to 33, and Star marks 33 one, and the mom and dad look at each other like, wait, what? And they go, oh yeah, you guys have a lot of catching up to do. So they are literally admitting that Marco is still technically that 30-something-year-old in his head. And I'm not counting the freaking vlogs that like happen after the episodes that are like done with live or whatever. Like, those don't really feel like those are any kind of canon whatsoever. Ever. They're just what the actors probably say, or voice actors say, or like kind of, but I don't think there's no canon at all. So Marcos does still have, you know, he's still 30-something mentally. He's still 30-something mentally, but physically he's still like 16. So that is still kind of cool to know. And I want to see what's going to happen next. I want to see, because like, I want to, actually, that would be kind of cool if when Marco goes quote-unquote evil, he doesn't stay as a 16-year-old, but he goes like into his adult form with the monster arm and the magic wand. I think that'd be kind of cool to see like older Marco like stand by Hannes' side or Eclipse's side whenever he goes evil. That would be kind of a cool little thing to go in there. But yeah, these two episodes really were nothing. They felt more like filler again. Because again, like, what is it? After Eclipse is captured, there is that arc of filler. And then, at least the last two episodes, the episode before last week's was bad. That was bad. I did not like that one at all. This one, last week's episode, was great. That's one of my top favorite Star Versus episodes. And that also, that's one where I really like, man, I really love the character designs when it goes to Muni and stuff like that. I really love all those character designs. And then this one, it just feels forced with like, okay, we can't have the monsters getting along and stuff like that, so we just gotta have that they're all gonna leave. Why didn't they do this years before with all this bigotry and stuff like that? Who knows? It's just now they're deciding to leave, so that way I guess they can show that Star's plan didn't work to try to integrate them. And then they also say they're going to kill Star at one point until Buffalo was like, what the fuck are you guys doing? The other monsters were. And then the baby shower one was kind of funny, if only because like it shows the parents kind of be passive-aggressive against Star, showing that they kind of seem like they don't like her all that much. Also, Gustav pops up again. But they kind of don't like her a little bit now, I feel, because like they're like, you stole our son. But then it turns out in the end, like, they don't even know their son anymore. So they're like, oh, well, maybe this could be a good thing. That at least felt a little bit better. It's not a great episode, but it is kind of an okay episode where it's more focused on, like, I guess the parents a bit more on that regard than on Star and Marco. But and Marco, like, shot through that test, the personality test, like, quickly because he just wanted to get it done. But yeah, these episodes are the first episode sucked because, again, like, they really lay it on thick, and then it just completely blurs the line of what it is. The message about racism then, or is it about really the rich and the poor, or is it supposed to be a kind of a mix of both, that it's like the poor non-munis are seen as bad or not great, while the rich non-Mumins are okay? Can get away with more? I don't know. That's basically kind of like saying, like, oh, the white people are against poor black people, but the rich black people is fine. No, I'm pretty sure racism doesn't work a lot like that. I think racism kind of goes towards, oh, I hate that race, so even if they're rich, I'm still going to hate that race. I don't know. I'm not defending racism, but I just feel like the message is getting a bit muddled there. Especially like Tom says, oh, I'm half monster, but because I'm rich, basically. And like, it didn't feel all that great. It didn't feel all that great. The second episode was alright, but yeah, it was alright. I like that one a little bit more, but I don't know. Tell me what you guys think in the comments below. Thanks for watching. If you want to check more videos that I've done, links are on my Facebook on there somewhere. Please check out my videos, and we will see you later. I still watch with a pain to me! John Trump don't got legs like this.